Okay. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Andrew. Colhorn, thank you so much. Straight in there with a super sticker. Can everybody hear me okay? Before we get started, thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, cheers, Holly Bugs. That's very good. Sean and Fatima, lovely. Joe, thank you. And Ruth, Connie, and Bruce Gerstein. Yeah, okay, cool. Excellenty. So that's good news then that everyone can hear me. So that's good. So here we go then on Friday, the 23rd of September, with a recap of our huge, massive information overload webinar that we had last night with our CEO, Ash Mufara. Boy, oh boy, are these corporate webinars really ramping up. It really is now time, guys, to start your engines. I mean, blown away, doesn't even come close to what I heard last night. Yes, it was a long webinar. I didn't care. You know, I feel absolutely so blessed about being in the position as a founder and right now than any time over the last 4 years I have ever been. I mean, wow. So, without further ado, I'm going to get going for the recap to try and break it down a little bit for you guys to put into bite sizes so that you have a takeaway of what happened last night. As I said, Andrew Cortern, thank you so much for your super sticker, sir. Really kind of you. So Ash came on. Obviously, he looked really sharp, really fired up. He had that mischievous glint in his eye that I know something that you guys don't know, and I'm about to tell you something that is going to blow your mind. And he certainly didn't disappoint at all with what he told us and what he also showed us. This is why I reiterate so many times, and I know it got maxed out. We are kind of talking to Ash a little bit at the moment, but because 2 weeks in a row now we have maxed out that Zoom at 20K, we're kind of asking if it is possible to stick it on to the top.live channels as well on YouTube, depending on how much of the proprietary information he has got for it or not. This would give us obviously much more access for everyone to get on. There was a lot of people who got kicked off for everyone to attend and to listen live. So then, without further ado, here we go for the recap of last night's webinar with Ash Mufara. He came on and he wished everyone well and hoped that everyone was doing okay as well. He said we got a lot to cover, and he said, as he always does, my name is Ash Mufara and I am your friend. We also then came on to say hi and all the rest of it. He also said later on about his disclaimer about this is being viewed by his attorneys and also members of the government in the US as well. He also went down the route of saying that everything that he says is vetted and it is for the good and benefit of the company, and anything we, as in I, am saying right now is nothing to do with him. This is on me. But obviously, I am going to stick to the rules of what is allowed to say and what is not allowed to say. Last night's was a little bit easier because there, bar a few things, there wasn't too much proprietary information. So he said he's super fired up and we are on the best journey of our lives, and that will draw the best shape of our lives. What we do today will determine our tomorrow. We have been saying this for a long time, guys. The work and effort that you are putting into your business of OnPassive right now is going to pay dividends down the line. You put nothing in, you get nothing out. Quite as simple as that. And he actually went over this a little bit later on in the webinar last night. He said, a while back, I knew I needed to work hard and decided a few years ago to make our own internet. It's a milestone, and I had thought to scale it up over a process And I believe I am obliged to deliver this to the world as it is now, to educate the children. I did not initially have the clarity, but many of us, the founders way back then, and the ones that have come through now, we believed in Ash Mufareh. We believed in his vision. We believed in what he was trying to achieve. So the company got to it. Make sure you watch the recording, he said, of the OWN winners from September the 21st. He said there really is some great information in there. So I recommend to everyone to go and watch it. It's on many of the YouTube channels as we speak. He also said to keep the managers in Hyderabad in your prayers if you're one of the prayer warriors. A few have got COVID, and also, unfortunately, Mohammed Kamal is a little bit under the weather. And I think we all saw that last night when he was on the Zoom. He said your belief in something determines your motivation to get something done. It will teach you how to refill. He said, I will teach you how to refill your motivation. Now, motivation is a very hard thing to master. To stay motivated for a long period of time is very, very hard. Randall Harris, thank you so much. I'm going to keep going. Don't you worry about it. For your super sticker. Motivation, as we've seen many, many times, people start something, but they don't continue. Why? Because they're not motivated, because they don't see the initial returns of their hard work. To stay motivated, you need to tap in to refilling that motivation. And he said, I'm going to teach you how to do that. Think about what are the biggest 3 to 5 natural disasters, man-made disasters, or public horrific shootings, any of these horrible things, the Holocaust, World War II, all unimaginable, horrible things. He said, then imagine all of these just in one day. It'll create an absolute hell. He said, we as humans have been through this. We have got through this incredible hell that has been bestowed on us in some way, shape, or form over the years. And we are still here. We get through them, don't we? Even if tomorrow anything horrible or less disastrous happens, if this will be a good day. Why? Because we know how to get through these bad times. Mark Booth, thank you so much for your super sticker. Exciting times indeed. What he was trying to reiterate to us was that there is always going to be bad days. I am sure that he has had more bad days than good days building ONPASSIVE. And this has been going on for 4 years. I'm sure he has come across so many hurdles, so many dead ends, so many people that have said, no, you can't do that. But look where we are today. Why? Because he gets through it. He has gone against the grain. He has said, no, I am going to do it. He said, on the other side, look at the good things that have happened. Getting to the moon. Wars have ended. Good things have happened by communities coming together, put in one day, and that will be what evolution is all about. Having the good side that is going to break through the dark times. If we did it before, we can certainly do it again. When the first man ran that 1 mile, Roger Bannister, Bannister. Now, there's a little story behind that, which I'll get Jane to talk about actually on our fun day, because she's got a little bit of piece of paper. I'll tell you about that. But when he did that 4-minute mile, it changed everything in athletics. One person gave the belief to 27 other people in that year to do exactly the same thing, when for years it had never been possible. It almost made these people feel that they were behind if they couldn't run a 4-minute mile. And maybe actually the problem wasn't that barrier of 4 minutes. They were the problem. They were that barrier. Now, to break that barrier, what do you have to do? You have to act. If you don't get fit, and you must put your train, if you don't get fit, you have to put that training in and the hours to get fit. It just doesn't happen overnight. The same with building a business. You have to put the time in. You have to put the hours. You don't get motivated unless you get up and go to the gym. The same with ONPASSIVE. You won't build this business unless you are motivated to get up and go again the next day. Get up, go again the next day. Action creates motivation, plain and simple. It's very easy to sit in your couch saying, I'll do it tomorrow. I can't be bothered. But that doesn't create any motivation. It doesn't, because you've made no action. So you have to actually physically do something to increase that motivation to go again and again. Emotion will generate emotion, he said. You don't get emotional without the motion there first. So that action of motivation gives you that motion for the emotion. Take action and make the decisions. When you take actions, it makes emotions. And then guess what happens? You are motivated. And this snowball effect happens day in, day out. The more you do it, the more motivated you become. Look at many of us that do what we do on a daily basis. Are we motivated? Yeah, absolutely damn right we are. Why are we motivated? Because of our actions that we are taking on that daily basis gives us that motivation and motivation to want to do more, to be a better person, to make ONPASSIVE a more attainable business for everybody. We do not just decide to remake the internet, he said. We went to work to make a digital product, and then it took us to the next phase. How many times has he told us about do one thing, get it scalable, scale it out from that one thing, stabilize it, scale out from that, do another thing. So this one digital product took us to the next phase to make more tools, and then the data centers, and then become independent, and then eventually become the hunted. We thought this was going to happen where we now over a 10 to 15 year time, over several phases of introducing new things and all the rest of it. But we just get there now because we decided to get to work. That initial spark, that initial action for emotion to create motivation, that belief to take action, to get that traction and some results. What happens when you get results? You get more certain. Your belief increases a lot more. Doubts are removed and you become certain about the concept, and the action continues to be reinforced by the belief, and it starts again and again and again. We were part of this journey that Ash was talking about last night. We believed in the actions that he was taking and the vision that he had, and this gave him the confidence to go all in, to build it from scratch to where we are right now, on the cusp, guys, of launching to the world as a customer-based business. I'll go into that in a minute. When people go to college, they graduate, don't they? They have a ceremony and then they'll go for a meal. You did not become successful that moment you had that ceremony, that moment that you were throwing the hat up in the air and everyone was clapping and crying and all the rest of it. You became successful over the period of a 5 to 7 year gap of learning, passing exams to get that piece of paper, that degree. This is where we are in ONPASSIVE right now. We're almost at the ceremony of that degree. We have put that work in over the last 4 years to get that piece of paper for that ceremony. But the work has already been done, guys. It's not about the ceremony. It's about the journey and the actions that we have taken along the road. Discovery in your daily agenda is really what matters. If you can do that on a daily basis, it will give you the motivation and the actions that you require to get to where you want. If you joined ONPASSIVE and have done nothing, then guess what's going to happen? Nothing is going to happen to you. You must do something for something to happen. Plain and simple. Life is definitely what you make of it. There is no handouts. There is help. But we said it before, either you prepare for tomorrow and manage the decisions that you make to lead you to these results. And if you decide today, it will dictate what you receive tomorrow. So the bottom line, guys, is it's never too late to get busy. It's never too late to take action, to better yourselves, to make a difference for your financial future. How does it start? By doing an action, doing something. That is how it all happens. We said it before. Oh, I said that bit. Sorry. Do you know where you are going? Now, it really is important for you to have a vision. Visualize where you want to go, what you want to achieve. Now, remember, your vision is not the same as somebody else's vision. Your financial goal is not the same as somebody else's goal. So it really is important for you to have your own vision of where you want to go and what you want to get out of it. Once you have that drive and that vision of where you want to go to, guess what's going to happen? You will figure out how to get there. We have got the vehicle in ONPASSIVE, okay? All you need to do is to figure out, where do I want to be? Use the products, use the services, use everything that ONPASSIVE has to offer to get you where you want to go to a lot faster. Be clear about it, where you want to go. Anthony Abetti, thank you so much, sir, for your super sticker. We have a bold attitude in ONPASSIVE. Now, some people might call that bold attitude a little bit, I know, overconfident. But we have this bold attitude. Why? Because we know what we have in our hands. And something about attitude is everything, but it's not necessarily the main thing. If you've got a good attitude, it's great, but it's not necessarily the main thing. It's a journey and a process. You must enjoy this process to be successful. If you do not enjoy the journey, then you're not going to enjoy the finish of where you wanted to get to, because that process, that journey, has to be an enjoyable one. Yes, there's ups and downs, of course there is, but it is a journey, a process of what we have to go through. So you might as well enjoy it to the best of it. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And if you act so that you did it today, we will give you those results tomorrow. Why? Because you have taken the actions today to give you those results tomorrow. We can feel as arrogant as we like with this bold attitude. Why? Because we will change the world, but not by abusing humanity whilst we do it. He spoke about this at length, of how there is a way that we can be bold, we can be big, we can change humanity without abusing what we are doing. He said that there's going to be many wealthy people in ONPASSIVE as founders, but that doesn't mean to say that we can abuse people and humanity whilst we are doing it. We started with a decent vision and took many actions over the last years, and today we have many things happening at once. Even if you can't see them in the background, I can assure you there is so much going on right now. And he spoke at length about all the work and the transitions, what were going on. Remember, there is the recording in the back office. He then went on to talk a little about products. He said products will be available to the public, but only after the founders, okay? And that is going to happen a blink away from when you have activated your accounts. Once this starts, okay, that means that ONPASSIVE has already launched. There's not going to be a great grand ceremony. There's not going to be bands and all the rest of it. But that means that we have actually launched, because the goal is to be a customer-based business, to be open to the public. It's important where we are headed, and we have made it better than we have ever thought. Lewis White, thank you so much for your super sticker. So he then talked on, Gabrielle Sup, thank you for your super sticker as well. He then went to talk on about the big news that we had last week, FIFA World Cup. He wanted to reiterate that we have done a deal with beIN Sports. Now, beIN Sports are the largest sport broadcasters in the world. A what's the word I'm looking for? A satellite TV sports provider. It's got over 128 network channels, and they have got exclusive rights in the whole of the MENA countries. Now, MENA is all of the Arabic speaking, the whole of North Africa, a lot of the southern European areas. It also goes out to the likes of Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, and many others as well. It is viewed by millions, guys, absolutely millions. And we are going to be on 64 games and channels in Arabic and 64 games, okay, in England. 27 different countries, okay? That's where we're going to be. We are going to be one of these sponsors for BN of that live streaming, not just the games, okay? The 64 games that are there, but also pre-match warm-ups, after matches, when they do all the pundit stuff and all the rest of it. Even some of these programs that are going to be on, it's only going to be on passive there. This is how big this is going to be, guys. It really is a big, big deal. So the physicalities are all done for this. We've agreed with the CMOs, which is, I think, the company marketing officer, to make 3 different campaigns within the 3-week period of the FIFA World Cup. So for 10 days each over the 3 to 4 weeks, okay, during FIFA, we're going to have 10,000 spots on the TV channels, 64 channels in Arabic and 64 channels in English, over 27 countries. That is coverage. And this is all in tandem, guys, not only, okay, with what is happening on the TV. They're also going to flood the market with teasers about ONPASSIVE. You know, like something big is happening and the rest of it. They're going to flood Doha and the city of Dubai day and night with whatever messages they can come up. We're going to be on the Burj Khalifa again, on the billboards, and we are going to absolutely flood everywhere with ONPASSIVE. He also talked a little bit about the data center. As it's been made up at the moment, we've got a collection of many professors with PhDs, and they already have a strategy set out of how it is all going to be shared. And he's going to be sharing how this is going to be happening in the next few steps when we hear more about it. He then talked a little bit more about the Burj Khalifa. Now, if you remember, this year, when we were on the Burj Khalifa, we missed out by, I think, a day of the laser part of that. Now, the lasers on Burj Khalifa run from New Year's Eve through to the end of March. This year, we are going to be on it. All lasers, guys. It's going to be all over the place. And these lasers are going to be absolutely spectacular. This will lead the market to prepare the way. Okay, so this is in January. Moving forward, the marketing gurus are going to get to work so the public knows where to go, and then obviously they got to come through the founders. We will flip every possibility and reel it in. No stone is going to go unturned. We are going to absolutely exploit every single avenue. A very simple mission started with a little over 1 million customers on day one. That is all of us. Okay, we all become, when we activate our accounts, we become customers first, and then if we choose to, become resellers. Imagine tenfold of this is 10 million, and then tenfold again is 100 million, and then it really is just game over. We then become the hunted. We're into the billions then. And he said that the company the other day that he was speaking with, he was talking to Chris actually about traffic and targeted traffic. Thomas Davis, thank you so much. He says the world will know our name. It certainly will, sir. It is only a matter of time. Now, he was talking to Chris about traffic. He said, when he was talking to this company, he's worked with them many times. They're one of the largest internet marketing traffic organizations that are out there. He said, when we get on board with this traffic company, we will dominate and have exclusivity because they are going to be working 100% with all. And then they came out with, well, that's really good, but actually, we want to work with you. Do you want to buy us? Seeing as we're going to be exclusive, what are you looking for? We will. They said even we will relocate anywhere, and they also said, do you want to own us outright, 100%? Do you want us to have a share, or how do you want it doing? So that is big news. Imagine having our very own targeted traffic company that is part of ONPASSIVE. Not another third party. It's internal now because we will own it. So I'm sure they're in negotiations. Either way, they're going to be working with these guys because they are one of the largest and they are one of the best. So that really is another wow moment, game over, if that is coming on board. Also, what was happening when he was talking to Rob in this marketing campaigns and all the rest of it, the day after that meeting, FIFA called the company and called Ash to say that they are watching ONPASSIVE. Not only is FIFA looking at ONPASSIVE, the whole world, guys, is looking at us right now. We are unique in what we are doing. Nothing is out of reach for ONPASSIVE. And that really is exactly where we are. And this is without even launching. If people are looking at us because we are so different and, hey, what are these guys doing? They want to know. Don't you think that these people who are curious now and so big, what do you think the average guy on the street is going to be doing? Do you not think they are going to at least, if nothing else, want to have a look? And how do they have a look? Through one of your referral links. It is the only way. Whether it is through the rotator on onpassive.com, whether it's for your own referrals or any other method, word of mouth or whatever, they have to come through a founder first. Absolutely genius. Ash then talked a little bit about cryptocurrency. Now, he said that the cryptocurrency trading, only trading part of it, is worth at the moment $100 billion a day changes hands. Is traded. $100 billion a day is traded in cryptocurrency. Remember 15, 20 years ago? Everyone thought it complete lunacy. What is all this? It's not money, da-di-da. And now $100 billion a day is traded in this so-called funny money. We understand this concept, okay? And we are going to grab, this is what Ash said, 10% of that market. 10%. That is massive. Why not grab something that is so big? We will soon be the only options that this dimension has. Now, I don't know what that's going to do. I don't know what it's to involve, but I know one thing. If Ash gets his teeth into something and has an idea, he will make it happen, plain and simple. And if he's talking about it to us right now, that means it is almost a done deal, because he never ever says it unless he knows it is going to be on the way. Charlie Dossler, thank you so much for your super sticker. He then talked to him about money a little bit. He said money is no longer going to be an option for most of the world. What will matter is to create what you do for the world and what creations that you have for the world. How many times have I said to you guys, make sure you look after yourself first, fill your pockets, look after your family, and then after that, go out and do good. This is where the magic will happen as far as ONPASSIVE is concerned, because there is plenty there for everybody, especially us founders. But it's also up to us to do some good as well. We are moving from one base camp to another, allowing people to move with us. Now, we all know this. Look how we have all grown over the period of time that we have been with OnPassive. I used to be a chef, and now look what I'm doing. Recaps, Q&A. I never thought I'd be doing this, but here I am. Why? Because we have been allowed to grow and move with the company. We just need to grab another billion customers to take us there, and they will come. There is no way, nobody out there who is on the internet will not come to OnPassive for something. It's impossible, because we have something for everyone. We have the resources to grab them, and I'm not running out of breath yet, he says. So at that point, he took a little bit of a break, sip of water, and that's exactly what I'm going to do myself now. Wait one moment. Exciting stuff, eh? Okay. That was a nice break. Back to motivation. Ash said that he believed that God created us with the manual of the human creation, and the script came, I will take care of you, most forgiving, I will save you, I will pull you out. And he is backing what Ash is doing with enormous power. If you're doing the right things, he says, I just knew if I'm doing the right things, he will have our backs. What army could defeat this force? It's hard if you try to pull me down. Why? Because he believes, Ashmafara believes, that he is here in God's name to do what he is doing. I don't foresee running out of this power force, he said. You just need to follow and obey. He created the impossible, so everything is just fun as far as he is concerned. Why? Because it is a done deal. We're on track and everything is intact and better. With O Media and O Marketing, they are leading the way. Our team in the media and the academia, the marketing, you can't ask for anything better. You only have to look. The video that came out yesterday. Fatima, thank you so much for your super sticker. You can't ask for anything better than what they are producing. You will see, guys, very shortly, the high quality videos, the marketing that is going to happen. He said, I am buying the traffic. We are doing the events and we are creating that cartwheel and the backflips and all of the rest of it for the benefit of you, the founders, and the company. Ash then showed us the new commercial, which I've shared on this YouTube channel. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to it, click that subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, and this showed us being the partners with Be In Sports, okay, that we can then use as well within any of our promotions. There's also going to be coming out a press release. Again, we can use this within any marketing that we want to do. There is no monetary figure, guys, that is too much for OnPassive. The progression of OnPassive will manage the vision and goal to scale and reach the next phase. A few of them will even, he said, throw Disney out the water. Now, what he's alluding to there, I have no idea. But when he starts dropping these bombs like this, it certainly gets your mind boggling about what it might be. He said that you got to be engaged and move along with us to grow. When you do right, it's recognized. And when you don't do right, guess what? It's also recognized. So when the products are released, it will be about a week or more before the next one comes out. Now, I know there's people out there who are going to say, I thought we were going to have so many by this date and so many by that date and all the rest of it. This is strategy, guys. This is how it all works. We see it now, day in, day out. Once you give something to somebody, what naturally happens? They look at it for a day and go, next, start looking for the next thing. If you give people everything in one go, they're going to look for the next thing, the next product, the next upgrade. If you keep the ball rolling bit by bit, let them just get used to what they have, bringing more in each time, because people talk, word of mouth, etc., etc., bigger, bigger, bigger. This is how to market. And this is what we are doing. Are the products done? Yeah, they are. Are we going to see them all at the same time? No, we are not. We're going to see them in a scalable rollout so that we maximize the potential of each one of these products. How long is it going to go on for? Till you die. It's going to be continual. No, we will not stop producing. We will not stop inventing. We will not stop tweaking, making better. Phase 2, phase 3, etc. All of this will happen and continue as you are going along. He also said that this week we had four data scientists join us. So if you work in the Java or cloud architect or DV, project management, or even finance, this is the field to be in, guys. So if you've got children, you should have a word with these guys. This is the future of what is going to be happening. And ONPASSIVE is the future, because we are going in that direction. We are not just a charity for Oh Bless, he said. This is about giving people the blueprints to their own fish on a daily basis for life. We are producing something that is going to enable that person to fish for the rest of their lives. Some of you are good at casting the visions. Doesn't matter what you do, but do something. Whatever you pick, doesn't really matter. But just do something so you are engaged. It's not about picking a lane. It's not about picking a field or anything like that. It is about taking some action. Take action, be engaged, and you are on the right path. He then talked about the data center. He said, we have a massive building that is the dream data center. This is what we are all working towards. It's going to be big enough, he said, to host every single user that is on the internet right now. And it is going to be a hybrid. Okay. However that works, I have no idea. I'm sure the tech guys are going to talk about it at length. It's not perfected, but we are scaling this up at the moment. It's hybrid. It's also on the cloud. Says 10% of success is changing lanes and examining every possibilities. We know that these lanes have been changed over the last few days. Why? It's been very glitchy in that back office, hasn't it? You know, up until that point, 6 months, bam, 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 no problem, signing in, da-da-da, using it, quick, all the rest of it. It's been a little bit glitchy. We've had to change lanes a bit because of what we are doing in the direction we want to go in. Sometimes the ball gets dropped a little bit. It makes a little bit of a kink. You pick it up, iron it out, learn by your mistakes and go forwards. But sometimes you have to change lanes to scale up and make everything possible. It's done, and we are scaling out of this now. We are going to provide an unlimited streaming of OMail, ONet, and many of our other products as well. So the first one is done, and the second one is now being done by the experts. It's been onboarded, and it's going to be up there, okay, for 5 billion users. It's going to be also a hybrid in the remote part of things as well. We're going to have a tier 1, a tier 2 system. All of this is going to be unlimited. So let's say it takes about a year to get this other data center. Is it going to make a lot of difference to us? No, it's not. Why? Because we are moving along, guys. We have opened to the public. We are scaling out. We are building. We are growing to get to that point where we actually do need this massive data center. They'll figure it out. Okay. They'll get all the licenses. They'll get everything that need to be done. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be really hard to do it. But one thing's for sure, we will have the best and biggest data center in the world. Mark my words. He said simultaneously, we are also going to have mobile vehicles that are going to be data centers, so they can go all over the place. Not only of that is you don't have to hook them up. They're going to be Wi-Fi, guys. I mean, does that not just blow your brains a little bit that you don't have to physically hook them up? He also talked about these data centers being green energy or even free energy. Now, I don't know what that's going to be, but I know one thing, it's going to be massive. Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you so much for your super sticker, sir. So everything is done. It's going to be done. It's been budgeted for so that it can succeed. Remember, if Ash is talking about it, then it is in the works. If it is not on done already, it is certainly in the works to be done. He then talked a little bit about the jobs of what the data centers are going to be doing. He says we're going to have one for the web hosting of ONPASSIVE and the products, the ecosystem and all the rest of it, but we're also going to have one just for mining. Now, why? Because the components that they use within data centers for mining are different to the web hosting slaves, and what they are, there's another name for the ones in mining. So the different types of servers for different types of technology. The cost is for building, but the power, if you figure out a way to do this, then you will be able to then keep these servers for a longer period of time. Normally there is a 3 to 5 year window with these mining and web hosting servers, but he was saying last night that we will be able to upgrade them and remold them, etc. And this is going to be very bold in what is happening. So the existing ones, they will be able to refurb and revamp and all the rest of them. We are bold, he said, and we are not slowing down. He said we've actually got at the moment 40 engineers working on the OBS dashboard. This is the ONPASSIVE dashboard. They're working not 5 days a week. He's added an extra day in there to Saturdays now. 6 days a week they are working, 40 of them flat out every single day just on the new dashboard. We are remaking the internet in one spot just with this dashboard. Things will be happening to start in October. So if you can upgrade your screens, what you're looking at now, then it is a big must because of the amount of visual information that will be coming to you. He then talked a little bit then about pending founder accounts. He said that these are unpaid accounts, okay, that people have shown an interest to, but they actually haven't gone on to buy and purchase that account. Now, these are part of that figure of 1.4 million, but surely it is better for these to go to deserving people. So we still have people in possessions of these, and if you have, you can still transfer them to people that want to pay for them. A new person can then sign into the account, take over the account, and then it is theirs. He said the last few days have been a little bit tricky with upgrading the back office, etc., and the new back office, the OBS. So we have decided to leave the ability to transfer these pending founder accounts now until midnight on the 6th of October. Now, I believe that is midnight in Pacific time on the 6th of October. So whoever has them, you've got a few more days now, a week or so, week and a bit, to get rid of these pending founder accounts. He then showed us some visuals, shared his screen, showed us about the back office, logging into the mail. It looked very modern, crisp, fantastic interaction of the images. They were all moving, very visually good. He said we'll also be given a domain name when we activate our account, and each activation of the account will have an OMail, and this will be one of the security measures to access this account. There's also, guys, going to be an extra layer of security to access your O wallet. Remember, I don't know if it's we talked about the KYCs and all the rest of it. That's probably what that part is going to be. And once these products are there, listed in your tray, videos will be available of how to do it. We will literally walk you through how to do all of this. So it's going to be very easy. It's going to be step by step. There's no need to panic. What about this? What about that? Just relax, and we will physically let you know and take you by the hand and walk you through the step by step which you will need to do for the next phases. It's all going to happen quite quickly, but in a controlled manner. So stay plugged in, you'll be fine. We then viewed OMail in the back office, and we went through the capabilities of it, the features of it. You can use your fingers to move around on it. It's got calculators. You can have music. You can have calendars, timers, all sorts of things are available in there as well. Connect feature as well. We looked at, again, so many features on there. It was crisp to look at. You know, you talk about HD quality. This was jumping out at your eyes. We then looked at ONET. ONET, oh my God, how massive was ONET? How many features? It's got clubs, events, messages. It's got media. He said knowledge today is greater than at any other time in history. But with also the big tech overload, it is now we are providing a solution for every sector, every category, for everybody on planet Earth. People are always looking for a fresh and new idea. Everything new is more interesting, and people want to engage with this. We are giving that new. We are getting rid of the old, the outdated, the old tech. I've said to you on many occasions about the evolution of the internet. Remember Ask Jeeves, remember AOL, remember Nokia phones. Nothing wrong with all of these things. Why are they not here? Because new ideas, new technology has come along with new things. We are the new. We are the people that are going to bring a fresh look to the internet. People are going to love it. People are going to want to know about ONPASSIVE. And how do they get to it? Through our referral links. We are providing unity, culture, and ethics for people around the world. People are literally ready for us. He ended with saying, we are bold. We are made of gold, but we are made with heart. I'd like to thank Peter Sarer, Janet Butler, and Daryl Cook for the excellent notes that they did in the back office. My word, what an update. What a webinar. It can't get much better, can it, guys? Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much. Marty is going to be on 10 minutes. That's how long it's taken me to get through this. All I can say is, wow. Absolutely fantastic. That's it from me. See you tomorrow on Saturday for another update and a chat. And buckle up, guys. Time to start your engines. See ya.